Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Today we're talking about the multifamily market. Please welcome my next guest, Doug Culkin. He's president and CEO of the National Apartment Association. Doug, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here, Michael.
Well, we sure appreciate it. And boy, the apartment industry is having a great run. It seems like it will last forever. We know it never will. And one of the things that you guys have done well at is knowing what's on the minds and what's going on with your members around the country. So I know you did a survey, a 2014 survey of 3,698 properties. And one of the things that you found from that survey is how annual net operating income and average rents compare to, say, 2012. And I think the listeners and viewers might find that interesting.
Well, thank you, Michael. Yeah, because the industry has been so strong for the last few years. One of the things that we always want to do is make sure we're on top of what's happening, and hopefully we're looking out a little bit. But of the properties who responded, and there were almost 3,700 of them, we have found that net operating income has increased from what it was the prior year. And it was up by 2.6 percentage points, which was really higher than a lot of the folks had thought and projected. And just for people who may not be aware, NOI is a key measurement of evaluating the health of a property and the rental housing market. And it's defined as the difference between total revenue collected and total operational expense. So that means whatever is left represents the gross cash available for debt service, capital expenditures, and obviously, most importantly, to the owner's profits. This was a very strong indicator that we saw during the year. At the same time, we're seeing that the operating costs on those properties have also declined. They declined by 2.4% from the previous year's study. Now, one of the things we'll probably see in next year is with the way oil has dropped over the last 5 to 6 months, is probably going to further reduce that in some areas of the country, particularly where they use either oil or gas heat for heating or gas for air conditioning. So it's looking very, very strong. Rents went up an average of about 3.7% in 2014, which again is another strong sign. As you said, we're almost kind of scared that how long will this trend continue? But right now, we've not seen a lot of indicators that say it's going to stop anytime soon. But again, there are so many factors that can be evaluated and come into play that we may not even be thinking of as we're talking this afternoon. That a month from now could come out and change the whole picture. So that's something we always try to stay on that and look and see what's happening.
Well, that's interesting, and I think a lot of our listeners and viewers might realize that rents and NOI may have increased, but maybe not that operating expenses have declined. So you said about the oil and fuel prices. Are there any other areas where operating expenses have actually declined?
Well, I think we look at all of that. I think our owners are doing a better job of managing all of their costs. There was a big push for a while to where everyone looked at revenue management, and they were getting into products and services that helped them to do that. And then a lot of the owners realized, well, the expenses are just as important. So anything that they can do to bring down all of those costs helps them to generate more revenue. I think we're looking at energy costs certainly have gone down. Some of the operating costs that some of our folks work with, have gone down as well. But obviously the big one has been energy, and I just think overall our owner-operators are more efficient at managing and tracking those costs. I think lots of people, particularly when things were going tough in 2008, our members started looking at everything, income, expenses, and we're looking at ways to maximize the returns in both areas. And I think we're starting to see the results of that now. And so as long as they continue in this effort, I think they'll do a much better job, and their on-site managers are doing a better job of maximizing those returns.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, and it's great to see expenses come down and the apartment market doing so well. And if you go to your website, it's naahq.org. There's more information on expenses, and be sure to catch Doug on a show that's coming up on associations that matter. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more on the multifamily market. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Advisors, a great place to do business. Visit bullrealty.com. RealNex, a comprehensive and powerful suite of commercial real estate tools at an incredibly low price. Visit realnex.com. That's RealNex. FIU, Florida International University. Earn your master's in real estate in as little as 10 months without interrupting your career. Visit FIUonline.com. Xceligent, the resource professionals use for commercial real estate information. Visit xceligent.com. That's XCELIGENT. Commercial Search, the source to market and source available properties for sale or lease. Visit commercialsearch.com. For more information on these great companies or for additional videos, podcasts, or articles, visit CREshow.com.